child, the more uncomfortable one is in that reality, the more likely we are to seek refuge in fantasy. I was very into Hammer horror and Dracula, that whole thing. That's one of my first memories, but the first movie I remember watching on TV, apart from Day of the Triffids, was Prince of Darkness. Because before I was obsessed with movies, I was totally infatuated with comic books and the world of superheroes. I loved the comic book X-Men because it was about these mutants who found each other and formed the Screw, and the only thing they had in common was that they had nothing in common with humanity. You see what I mean? They were outsiders. Yeah. They were fellow outsiders, and I really envied that as a kid. I used to dream about the kind of romanticism of the loner, isolated by his own power, by his own specialness.
Jake's a writer, and the power of the word. Everything is magnified. Every action it's an amplification of the action.
My sense of being alienated started younger. It wasn't with adolescence. I felt alienated as a young child, at 7, 8, 9. I felt unreal. I felt that I became aware around this time of this oppressive sense of unreality, that I didn't feel real. I felt as though somehow I was caught in a dream. And I felt that I couldn't turn to anyone as a child. Looking at oneself is always difficult. None of us like to do it. Well, when I first looked back, on that footage, I didn't like it. I liked the footage, but I didn't like the person that I saw.
We all got the end of the one that morning. The emails that Jake sends, basically, they give us energy and light. And love. There's a bit of love there. And no one. One was over. One was gone.
The one is the representative of the spirit of the unknown. That's all he is, and that's all I was aspiring to be. It's just that I got a little bit lost in the role.
It's the nature of knowledge itself is so limiting that I know the nature of knowing something, and knowing the nature of knowing something is knowing that how it is to want to know anything at all in the first place is just replaying the same theme over and over again.
The one is a virus, is a corrosive agent that basically eats through the fabric, the texture of consensus reality, and not destroys it, but transforms it by destroying it into something else. Like a silkworm that eats a leaf and shits silk. That's what the one is. It's a positive virus. Although it wouldn't be perceived as positive to the world, because the world doesn't want to be transformed.
When I was walking to the shops, I initially thought, I'm going to keep it going, but not tell anyone. And I just remember that. This portal. I went through that gateway. I don't remember the whole walk to the shop, but when I made the decision to, and I said I knew it'd be a couple of weeks. Someone else probably took it after me. Let's pass the parcel. He started it. I was the fly half. It was passed to me, and I passed it to someone else. I just don't know who I did it to. A lot of people think that their pets are the ones. They really do.
Well, nobody wants to be transformed, because you have to die first. Who do you think I am? I wasn't in any shape to free people's minds back then. I hadn't even freed my own mind. I still haven't, but I'm a lot closer. Jake was very hard, hence the black suit, the edges. And that's also Jake is all whip, Jake just has to whip himself all day long, and it's a real drag. Being whipped all day long, I can tell you. I'm glad that I don't feel the need to push anymore. I feel that I can just be. It was like I was always seeing myself from the outside. Even before I got it on camera. Funny, I'm not talking to you and I'm not talking to the camera. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to now. I was always judging myself. Well, am I measuring up? And the thing is you can never measure up like that because you can't even be yourself if you're trying to measure up to some idea. How can you even be what you are? You can't. You're just trying to prove something, and I was trying to prove something. It's like the child, that didn't get the attention that it felt it needed, that it deserved, and so it'll do anything to try and get that attention.
He did a very good job of it. No, he did believe he was the one. Really, he did believe.
As a person, Jake playing the one wasn't that terrible. As the one, he was a poor show. If you're the one, it doesn't matter what you do, does it? So why make a movie and try to conquer Hollywood? That's a total contradiction. Because for the one, everyone is the one. If you're the one, then everything is you. So everyone is already unplugged from that point of view. You don't have to go around unplugging people.
I don't think it matters for me, but for the world I think it's important that someone is exploring that. Whether it might even be a small theatre, or mock the one.
And that was what I was feeling the whole time. You see, I wasn't able to just appreciate myself as a person and allow others to appreciate me as a person. I had to be the one, and so then I was neither. I was neither Jake, myself, nor the one. And now, now that's true also. I'm neither Jake nor the one. Now I'm Jason. Now I'm myself, as I was born to be, without masks. And I don't know how it looks. I'm going to find out when I see this. But I don't really care so much how it looks. It doesn't seem to be about how it looks or appears, or even what effect it has on others. It's about how it feels. How does it feel to be oneself?
It's like Dostoevsky. He was the one for a while, and it's created a story. There's nothing wrong with a story.
I was trying to create a story that was worth becoming, but I'm not going to say I failed, because I'm still telling the story now. This is part of that story, but that was just a part of it. That was like the shell. It was the blueprint. It was the myth about a guy who wants to pretend to be the one to show the world that we're all the one.
It's a powerful nursery rhyme. It's definitely a channel.
There's a story that, kind of the story to end all stories, which Armageddon story, the apocalypse, which is the story that we're living now. And so that back then was my attempt to align myself with the story, but which was fine, and I'm doing, it did work, but I was also attempting to accelerate the story, to push it ahead.
It's an opening, and I don't think you can close it once you've been the one.
Hence, Twin Towers falling and mass deaths and all these delusions I had, which I'm glad to say were delusions, and being the one was a delusion. I'm simply not the one anymore, because I don't want to be the one. So it doesn't matter if I was the one, or even if I am the one, or if I'm going to be the one again. None of that matters, because I don't mind either way.
You've been the one. Your portals are always open. You never close down. People that are the ones don't close down anyway. Don't do that.
I neither believe it nor disbelieve it. I'm indifferent to being the one at this stage, which is good timing, because now I'm making a movie about how I used to be the one. And so that, that movie can be the testimony or the record of one man's delusion and what it looked like.
He accepts, like I say, he accepts everything. So he'll accept alien interaction, abduction, beyond abduction, Jake is. He went beyond abduction. Communion. He was communion, and he survived through it.
Use your illusion, they say. Well, I'd say use your delusion as well. Use everything. Use your psychosis, use your darkness, use your evil. Just use it all to tell the story or to discover the story that we're living. But then let go of the desire to analyze it or to shape it or push it forward and just become the story. Realize that we're not characters in the story, we are the story. So, okay, maybe I'm the one, but then I'm also everyone else who's not the one. That's what being the one is. It's when everything gets leveled. Everything becomes one without becoming the same. It's a mystery.
When it's to do with absolution, there's no filter system with Jake. He has this, the eyes light up like that. White Council. Like there's a big ring, wooden fence, cattle, and all the thoughts come in to share. And there's lots of space for those thoughts. It's like an A drive, hard drive, and it's got enough memory to fit everybody in this space that want to believe.
Should be coming out of every car. There is a silence all over downtown, where community celebrations shall be aroused. I walk the sterile gardens, life is a pause. Here it is. No can do this, no can do that. What the hell can you do, my friend, in this place that you call your town?